One of the biggest things I've had to deal with as a Kiwi who lives in the US now is that the same sort of social rules don't apply anymore. And I need to retrain myself into kind of believing and just being present in the fact that I'm not performing for the same motherfuckers anymore who didn't want me to be successful in the first place. And it's not just New Zealand. I mean, I didn't really deal with it a lot in New Zealand because I moved to Australia when I was 13. But I probably would have dealt with it in New Zealand too, since we have really similar cultures. And I've talked about it on here before, but it repeats itself. It's the tall poppy syndrome. And what that did, especially living in a place like the Sunshine Coast, I found myself just really suppressing myself and parts of my personality or my interests around other people, just because the social fabric is woven so tight that if you kind of slightly step outside of that, people get shit for it. I'd get shit for it all the fucking time. And as a guy, I can tell you, it only gets worse there as you get older. Like, after school finished, it just got worse. Because when you hit 18, it's like all of a sudden you're meant to be working with your hands all the time. You're meant to be trying to get ready to provide for a family or whatever. You're meant to go to the pub after work and drink the same beers as your friends. And if you're, God forbid, drinking something nice, it's not on, you know? Like, I tell Americans I meet here, like, bro, in Australia, I couldn't even drink an espresso martini without people giving me shit for it. Even like my girlfriend at the time, I mean, she was from regional Australia. So, you know, whenever we got a coffee, and if you didn't know, like, Australian coffees are so fucking strong. I'd always get half strength, and she told me it was a chick's drink. And I'm just like, sorry. But no, like, Australia is a beautiful place filled with beautiful people. There's just things with the culture that I never aligned with, and I never felt like I truly belonged there. The best thing about specifically LA is that you can be fucking whoever and you will find your people. On the spectrum of weird, 0 to 100, here I'm like a 30. Like, it's really, I'm not that weird, whereas, you know, living back home, you'd think I was a fucking 90 out of 100 for weird. And so you'd think, like, that's great, Dylan. You got out of that. You can be comfortable in being yourself now, and people respect you for it, and people see you for you, and you get opportunities. And it's like, those things are great, for sure. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to experience what I've experienced in the last 2 years. But there's still a big psychological thing where I get caught up in the fact that I don't need to suppress myself anymore. I'm allowed to walk into a room and tell someone I fucking love Sonic the Hedgehog. Or I love, like, a niche rapper like Red Veil, you know what I mean? And people might not know Red Veil, but you can show them Red Veil and people will be like, oh, it's cool. And in Australia, it's like, what the fuck? This isn't one of our fucking 20 artists that we like. I guess the big part for me is understanding that I don't have to be so worried about the way I come across anymore. I'm going to find my people. I can wear, do, post what I want, whatever I want, if it doesn't hurt people. But in knowing all of this, there's still something in there that really just blocks me sometimes from being able to, like I said at the beginning, be present in that and understand it in the moment. So I guess, you know, the advice I'd give to you is, if you're in a spot and you could have lived there since you were a kid, or you could be born there and you could feel like, I don't really feel like I fit in here and I belong here. That instinct is probably right. People get shit for believing that the grass is greener on the other side. Most of the time, it actually fucking is. You know, my mum wanted to move to the US in the 90s, and so many of her friends and family told her it was a dumb idea. And then when she was finally able to do it, I have just seen my own mum so much happier in her day-to-day life because she escaped it. She's like, if I love California, I'm gonna go enjoy California. There is nothing quite like the weather and going to fucking Starbucks and getting a yummy drink and driving along the PCH, like, and then you can go to Disneyland, where you can go to the snow and the mountains, or fucking anything you can imagine you can do here, and it's awesome. It might not be the place for you. You might want to go to London, Amsterdam, New York, name any fucking big city. If people are telling you not to do it for, well, I heard this happens here, don't fucking listen to them. You don't need permission to be the person you are. Not even the person you want to be, the person that you already fucking are. If you're getting shit for it, you're in the wrong place. Another news, sorry for being so fucking quiet. Falling Down came out. Thank you so much for the support on it. It's my biggest song. Can't believe it, right? Been in this for like 8 years. We can get finally like 1,000 streams, but no, like, I'm so happy for it. And it's one of my favorite songs too that I've released. I haven't been talking a lot, and it's just because I don't want to talk and be here and sit in front of the camera for however many minutes if there's just genuinely nothing interesting to say. There is a lot going on in my life right now, and I'll be able to talk about it one day when there's more distance from it and I can process it more. But I'm still here right now, and that's what matters. Have a good one. Do they still do the fucking YouTubers in 2016, right? You go, psh.